Okay, I'm stepping outside real fast so I can record this. Okay, I have to tell you, I love you for this thing you do. I need to talk to you about that. But okay, so you asked your questions the other night. We were talking about sovereignty. You were poking pretty hard, and I like that because you made me look at something I hadn't seen, hadn't thought of completely through because I come from a different reference. I've wrestled with the sovereignty thing before, but the way you're poking it made me realize I wasn't covering a thought. So, what's coming after this is I did some research. I went to find my old writings and where I got my position and why I feel so solidly on what I think. And I took that, but okay, to the point. I did a little recording because I realized I left something out. And the short issue of it, without elaborating on it, is the sovereignty of God is what God has. It doesn't matter whether we get it or not. We're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to make our choices. We're going to make decisions. His control of it doesn't affect what we do. It's just because we don't know about it. It doesn't feel like it. I don't choose or not choose to do things. I do get an incredible benefit that comes because of it. And the short version is because I know that control is there, I know that no thing that happens is outside of his grasp for love, for his planning and his wisdom. There's no accidents in my life. Everything is according to his will. That's where it comes from. It doesn't affect anything about me because I don't actually operate where he does. It gives me one thing. It gives me the absolute comfort to know that not only does he hear my prayers, that doesn't mean he does what I want because that would be screwy, but it means I know he hears them and I know he's doing the best thing, whether it matches my prayers or not, thank God. Okay, so I'm going to stop now. I've done 7 other minutes of this, so this will make a total of 10 minutes to explain it. I have a handout for you that I wrote years ago that has not all of the verses, but a lot of the verses related to sovereignty in the scriptures. And then I want to share that with you. I'll find the file and send it, and you can look at it. I wanted to hand it to you. And then I need to talk to you about something else. That's tangentially related. But I'd like to visit with you soon. Okay, talk to you later, sis. Bye. Okay, an important memo of the thought as I'm reading. Whose stuff is this reading? I'm reading Aaron Welch's Sovereignty of God, Part 1, and reflecting on the thought I had today that I wrote on with really bad handwriting. As I came to the highlighted portion in the first part that Martin noted, it says the so-called deity being promoted here, not only by those men, but by nearly every teacher in Christianity, is just too busy to care about the details of our lives, too nice to employ anything that we humans would consider evil, and too limited a vision to know what will happen next. And then then he wrote this part, and this is what spurred my thoughts. It's not what I highlighted, it's after it. It says, where does this leave our comfort concerning the past and our confidence concerning the future? And to that, I wrote essentially a amusing thought, a set of ideas as it relates to what is the proper view of sovereignty. And let me rephrase that. Sovereignty is absolute fact. God is completely in control of everything. Okay, now, given that, and why do I care? It does not change my function, behaviors, determination, problem solving, thoughts, considerations. I make my choices. I look at things, I decide with the knowledge that those things are not free, but that doesn't even matter because I have control of that. The entire purpose of the consideration is I do everything I do the way I do it, and the understanding of the sovereignty is in is centered on one fact. God is the way God is. And it doesn't matter what I know, think, or believe. It is simply and only tied to this one idea. If I understand that no, if he gives it to me, I will understand that he is, in fact, completely in control. And that is where I get my comfort concerning the past, in that all things will work together for good. And not because God backtracks to compensate for my stupidity, but because God had it planned from the beginning. That's where the comfort comes in. Nothing is wayward or untoward or circumstantial or accidental or coincidental or even just by chance. The confidence concerning the future, the certainty of the expectations that that I acquire because of the knowledge of that sovereignty comes in the fact that I can trust that everything God says will come to pass as he said. And there's no chance that I can screw it up or that any other created being has a paw, claw, hook, hand, or mouth, tongue, anything that can alter or change what God has determined. It is simply the knowledge, and that's the key. It does not affect anything about me because he is sovereign no matter what. And he is sovereign in the way he is. Whether I get it or not, whether I care or not, whether I believe it or not, I have no effect on the creator of the universe. So removing me from consideration or existence, it comes down to this. I get the benefit of believing that the one who loves me, designed me, planned for me, protects me, all of those things, I get the knowledge, the apprehension of the reality that I can have absolute comfort in everything that has happened serves a purpose by a plan, and that everything that will happen in accord with the will of God and his desire and plan will actually happen according to his word. It's about peace. It's a gift. It's a grace. I get one extra thing along with the other things because when I understand his sovereignty, it doesn't change shit about me. I'm going to do what I do because I have no other choice. But I have the assurance that when I screw something up, okay, it's supposed to happen. When Jude betrayed Christ, it's supposed to happen. When Paul Paul persecuted Christians, it's supposed to happen. All of those things were part of the plan, so I can fret. Oh, that's what I remember. Clyde Pilkington said this. Any complaint, I still can complain. I can still bellyache. I can still say I don't like it. But any one of those things that I offer is just me offering my disagreement with the one who is wiser, smarter, more powerful, powerful, whatever that means. I can't say more, it's just absolute, and has the means of carrying out everything. And he would do it different than I am because I'm limited and stupid. So any complaint I have is just my discontent and a display of my foolishness and ignorance. There is peace that comes from trusting God. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to look for the places where I can find peace and that association with sovereignty. So I'm looking for several things. The first is looking for instances where God's sovereignty, no, be more careful, more precise. I'm looking for instances where an explanation or understanding of the sovereignty of God is pointed towards. Now, Lord is pointed to. My conjecture is it's pointed towards peace, comfort, and confidence in the expectation, as opposed to uncertainty and lack of faith. Okay, that's the lineup. That's 7 minutes worth of thought.